Ka tangi te titi, ka tangi te kaka, ka rere te tangi o te ukurere hoki. Tēnā rā koutou katoa. He mihi tēnei kia o tātou tini mate, kua whetūrangitia ki te korowai o rangi nui. Haere, haere, haere atu rā. E te rangatira Pulsavisi, ka oro tonu tōmo moia e pāna ki te mahi ukurere mo ngā tamariki katoa o Aotearoa. Moe mai, moe mai, moe mai rā I te rangi Mārie. Kia tātou te hunga ora, he mihi kauanuanu tēnei kia koutou katoa. Mō tō koutou tautoko, I te mahi ukurere, I te mahi waiata, I te taonga puoro hoki. Kia tātou tamariki katoa, tū whitia te hopo, mai rangitia te angitu. Whaia o moi moia. Nō reira, karawhiua, kia rere te ukurere, tēnā koutou, tēnā koutou, tēnā rā tātou katoa. Ko ai ahau, ko ahau tētahi o ngā kaitiaki o te rūnana ukurere o Aotearoa. Ko whai ora tōku ingoa. Nō reira nau mai, haere mai, ki tēnei whakarewatanga tuatahi o tēnei pukapuka o te rūnana ukurere o Aotearoa. Welcome, welcome, welcome to our first online book launch for our 2020 Kiwileles Songbook. Here is our first wata, Kiwi Ukulele. Kia rere te ukulele.
I want to take you round the islands of Aotearoa. I want to strum a new song for you daily. And when the moonlight is a spotlight, there's a warm breeze through the cowries, I'll sing you some Kiwi ukulele. You can ski, you can bungee, come on, watch the whales and see icebergs floating, laugh Dunedin. We can buzz round in the beehive, take a cruise ship or a train ride to the festival of Kiwi ukulele. There's a long white cloud upon the land, the islands where I was born. A trail of footprints in the sand, the warmth of a smile, someone who understands. With 4 strings you can do it, the uke will take you to it. So write a song that's for you, baby. If you're feeling down, turn yourself around and sing me some Kiwi ukulele. If you're feeling down, turn yourself around and sing me some Kiwi ukulele.
Kia ora koutou, he Maria aho. Lovely to see everybody. Thank you for joining us for our very first online Ukulele Trust Songbook launch. This is Uki, if anyone who hasn't met him before. He's our ukulele mascot. And today joining us for the Songbook launch is Philip Griffin. Hi, Philip.
Hi there.
And Ali Caldwell.
Kia ora.
And Hannah and Hope Milo.
Hi.
Oh, it's great to see you girls. So Philip's in Brisbane, Ali's in Dunedin, and I'm in one house in Auckland, and Hannah and Hope in another house in Auckland. And here we go. So we've got a fantastic songbook lined up for you today. And I just want to acknowledge before we go any further all of our wonderful teachers and our Kiwileles and your whānau who have been at home for 6 weeks and still carrying on with your teaching and learning and all of the wonderful things you've been doing. So we want to make this as easy as possible for you. This is why we're doing a series of tutorials to introduce you to this wonderful songbook. So Philip, without further ado, if you wouldn't mind just shifting to our screen so that we can show you the inside of the teacher resource page of the New Zealand Ukulele Trust website. Here we are. If you haven't accessed this before, you'll need to go to our website and click a little button that says login. And once you've done that, you'll be taken to a page to either register for the Kiwileles or to a message that gets you to just log into the website if you're already a Kiwileles registered school. So easy peasy, and we will give you access to the page soon after you've sent a message to us. Christina, our wonderful administrator, will admit you to the page. For today's session, we'll just be using this page, but we do have the physical copies, and I'll flick you through some pages of that as well. So let us start. We're going to go to the contents page. Thanks, Philip. Just open up the songbook. Here it is. Ta-da! Here are 15 wonderful songs. There may be a bonus song, or there might be a 16th song coming a little bit later, but we have these all published for you and ready to go. So you've just listened to Kiwi Ukulele, and hopefully you've enjoyed playing along with that. And our wonderful Whaiora Hōtere, who's not with us today, has welcomed you with his nephew. First song that we're going to have a little snippet of a listen to today is Ngā Iwi. So I'll hand over to Philip just to play that little bit of that. So you can see what he's doing on the website. So he's scrolled down, and you've got an option there of clicking the track, the song, or you can click the lyrics movie underneath. So I think Philip's going to play from the track. Thanks, Philip. And hand over to a lovely Ali Caldwell in Dunedin, who's going to just introduce Talau Ukulele to us. Do you want us to play it first, Ali? Just a little bit?
Absolutely. Just a wee snippet would be great. Thank you. So when we were brainstorming songs for this year's book, we decided that rather than choose from the many beautiful Pacifica songs that are regularly sung in schools around New Zealand, it would be really special to have our own Kiwileles Pacifica item. Now, you might remember that at last year's Dunedin Ukulele Kids Jam, we were delighted that local teacher, Pessamino Tilly, agreed to create a ukulele salsa especially for us to learn and perform at our event. This was so successful that it was also taught and performed at the Kiwileles event in Wellington, and then Music Education Otago flew Pesa up to Auckland to share it at the National Festival. So it seemed only right, therefore, to ask Pesa if he would be keen to write us a new song for this year. And the result was the beautiful Tala Ukulele that you just heard, and it's a song that was inspired by his late father's love of the ukulele and written under the expert guidance of his wonderful mother. Now, this time next week, our Kiwileles Friday Jam will feature Pesa and his song. It seemed like the perfect way to mark Samoan Language Week. It's a song that uses just 4 chords. So we've got C, F, G, and G7. And it's got a really cool picking part, or engi in Samoan, for you to learn with your students. We'll tell you more about the writing and the recording of the song, teach you the chords and melody, as well as share the ukulele salsa from last year. We hope you'll join us. I'm going to hand over now to Hannah and Hope back in Auckland.
Hi, so the next song in the songbook this year is a song that I actually composed last year, and it's called Smile. It's quite an easy song to play. So there are 4 chords, C, G, A minor, and F. And so I'm just going to quickly play through the first verse up to the first chorus of the song. all have meaning. They are what brought me here. You know that feeling of something falling. You ever think you've had enough? Don't let that stop you from dreaming, reaching. Oh, even when the road is rough, just smile, smile, smile. This is your time. Sit back, enjoy the ride, and open your eyes. Smile. And now I'm gonna hand over to my sister Hope.
So I'm Hope, and the next song on in the book is Three Little Birds by Bob Marley. It only has three main chords: C, F, and G7. So I'm just gonna sing the chorus, and Hannah's gonna play the ukulele. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Don't worry about a thing, 'cause every little thing is gonna be alright. Don't worry about a thing, 'cause every little thing is gonna be alright. And now over to Philip to teach the C riff.
Now, while Philip's looking for that in the songbook to show you, can get a little sneaky preview of how the songbook is set up. We have a very, well, not very restrictive, quite a restrictive copyright license for some of the songs in our book. And Three Little Birds is one of those songs. So you can just get a sneaky peek of it there. But we are a little restricted in what we can do in terms of sharing the lyrics because of the copyright license that we have. So Philip's just going to quickly teach you this, and then I'll come back to you.
So this is, I'm assuming you can see the screen there with the tab. So we're going to play the top of those three options there where it says C riff low in first position. That riff that we're talking about, 2 bars long, and it goes 1, 2. So it's on the C string, the third string, we play 0, 0, 2, 0, and then we move to the second string, 3, and then open, and then 2, 0, and a 3, 4, 1. That's that riff there. So
thank you, thanks Philip. That is super. So I didn't actually say thank you before we go on to Hannah and Hope, and I realise that you have to leave us very soon. So can we just say a huge big thank you to you for joining us today. If you need to slip off, just slip off, and that'll be why they're leaving, people. And there have been quite a few people involved in the songbook, not just Hannah and Hope, but we've had Marianne Lee has been doing some singing. She's actually the lead singer in this next song, Banaha. And we've had the lovely Liv Mallon, who is in Auckland as well, who has done a lot of the count-ins of the songs. And then you'll hear some other members of the ukulele squad singing backing vocals from recordings that we've done in the past. So it's been a lot of involvement of people from all over the place. So Philip, can we just have a quick listen, please, to the introduction to Banaha? It takes a wee while to get from one screen to the other. You're doing a fantastic job there, Philip. Thank you. Here it is. We've got 2 tracks for Banaha. There's the ukulele canon, and Philip has arranged this for us. And then there's the vocals that is just above that. We're just going to listen to the introductions. They're both the same in terms of the introduction. One of them has the canon being sung, and the other one has the canon just being played on the ukulele. So let's just have a little listen to what that sounds like at the beginning.
1, 2, 3, 4.
wonderful. Thank you so much, Philip. You've done such an amazing job in recording all of those tracks for us, way over there in Brisbane. So we've done that. It's been quite a challenge doing it all online this year, but it's, yeah, with Hope and Hannah recording it in their bedroom over in East Auckland, and Marianne recording in her place, and Liv recording in her place in Avondale, and Ali and Pessa recording down in Dunedin. It's been amazing. Just before I move on, actually, if you want to be able to play these ukulele tabs, we do have a page, this page in the songbook. I won't worry about getting Philip to show it to you, because you'll see it when you see the songbook. On page 37, there is an explanation, hopefully quite an easy explanation of how to play ukulele tab, and the Three Little Birds tab is there as the example for you to do that. All right, so Dance Monkey. Let's have a little listen to this cool song. So this is Hope singing Dance Monkey. In Dance Monkey, this is another one of the songs where we've had to purchase a copyright license from a publisher, from a publishing agent. So there are 5 songs in the book that are like this one. There's Three Little Birds, Dance Monkey, Eye of the Tiger, Give, and Catching Feelings. So unfortunately, we can't share the lyrics and chords with the public for those ones. So the tutorials that we make for those 5 songs will just be available on the teacher website. The other tutorials, a lot of them will just be on our Friday Kiwilele Jam, so they are available to the public. But if you want to have access to Dance Monkey and the other songs, you would need to join and register for the Kiwileles. Your school would need to register. So thanks, Philip. Let's just have a listen to Dance Monkey.
1, 2, 3, 4. They say, oh my gosh, I see the way you shine. Take your hand, my dear, and place them both in mine. You know you stopped me dead when I was passing by, and now I beg to see you dance just one more time. Ooh, I see you, see you.
Thank you. Oh, isn't that voice amazing? The lovely Hope Milo. Next up is Eye of the Tiger, which has been a firm favourite in many ukulele clubs, I know. So we are going to share just the very beginning of the lyric video so that you can see how, well, you've seen the Kiwi ukulele one already, but just so that you can see how these lyric videos have been so wonderfully put together by Ali here. And she's just going to talk to you a little bit about how they've been put together. So shall we hear it first, Ali?
Yep, go for it.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Thanks, Philip. So it's been my absolute pleasure to be involved again in the making of the lyric videos for this year's Kiwileles Songbook. The aim of these videos is to make it easier for you, the teachers, to play along with your students or help your students without having to scroll through lyric sheets at the same time as playing your ukuleles. This time last year I created the 2019 videos whilst visiting family in the UK and the Mediterranean, and it seemed incredible then to be working on a project from the other side of the globe. This year it's been the complete opposite. I've been compiling them whilst in lockdown at home, but I've been liaising with all the other members of the Kiwileles team in Auckland and in Brisbane. Thank goodness for the internet. And with all our newfound skills at creating online resources in the last few weeks, who knows what they're going to look like next year. But I hope you find them useful.
We certainly will, Ali. Thank you. You've done a fantastic job. This next one would have been a bit of a challenge, I'm sure, the Beethoven Bonanza. So this has been arranged for us by the lovely Edwin Randall, and he is going to be doing one of our Kiwilele jams very soon, a bit later this term. He's done a fantastic video for us for how to teach this. So let's just have a little listen. Maybe if you play up to where Kiwileles starts, please, Philip.
Get into the groove. Yo, everybody. Yo, DJ's in the house. Yo, Beethoven. One more time. Extension now. Doing fine. Now for fear release, y'all, if you please. Make your light shine in 3/4 time.
Oh, now that's a little bit of a challenge. But I think you'll find when you watch Edwin's video, he's done a wonderful job of unpicking all of the different melodies and how to get your head around all of those. And he's made it so much fun with his DJing. So next up in the songbook is this year's winning hook, line and sing-along song, We Are One, which has been written by Sophie Brown from Epsom Girls Grammar in Auckland. So the 29th of May is Hook, Line and Sing-Along Day. Wear your favourite New Zealand music t-shirt. I know lots of you will have the Ukulele Trust t-shirts. So pop those on for the day, or supporting another New Zealand music act on that day of the 29th of May. And we really hope that you will, with your tamariki, wherever you are, whether you're in the bubble at home or whether you are in your school classroom, or whether by that stage we can actually be in a school hall, perhaps some of us, that you will join together to sing We Are One, this year's celebration song for New Zealand Music Month. Let's just have a little listen to this one.
Plant a tree you won't see, no matter your height. Fight for what's right. Listen close, we all need you to care the most. Don't look down, take action now.
Thank you, Philip. Now you will see on the sheet, and it's available from the Hook, Line and Sing-Along website too, for those of you who aren't Kiwilele schools, that it only has two chords, a C chord and an A minor chord. So you only actually need one finger for C and one finger for A minor. Really, really easy. The next song we have is Pokara Kareana, and that is sung by the beautiful Natasha Wilson, who is now has a budding opera career with Pittsburgh Opera. But when she was 19 years old, she recorded this for us, Pokara Kareana. Let's just hear a little teeny bit of that.
Pokare kareana,
Thanks, Philip. And Natasha actually went to one of our Kiwilele schools. I do believe that she was at Sunnynook Primary and Wairau Intermediate, so that's pretty cool. It just shows what an amazing impact music has on people's lives, and being involved in music at primary school level, and you just never know what's going to happen. So the rest of the songs that we have, the last 4 songs, are New Zealand artists. So a lot of these songs are New Zealand artists, but these ones you probably have heard on the radio quite recently, I would say. So we start off with Give by Stan Walker and Matu Walters. And Philip, you were going to talk a little bit about the process that you've been through with arranging these songs. Can you tell us a little bit about that, please?
Sure. So it's always a great deal of fun every year doing these backing tracks, often pieces that I haven't heard before, and working out how to make them kind of based around the ukulele being at least a significant instrument in the orchestration, if not pretty much the predominant instrument. So like Dance Monkey, for example, if you know the original, it's all these layers of synths and random sounds and hand claps and all these things which aren't particularly ukulele, don't scream at you, play me on the ukulele. So I always have to find ways of translating the original into a ukulele friendly context, and that's always really, really good fun. Obviously, if it's if it's guitar based, there's a certain connection that you can make, and one that we had fun with last year, Sweet Child of Mine, and translating the iconic guitar solo into a hopefully one day iconic ukulele solo, and so that was fun with Three Little Birds, translating the guitar parts in that. Over the last few years, the vocal parts in the recordings for the Kiwileles have, in the past they used to be adults with a few kids here and there, but now it's pretty much all kids, and it's so fantastic to be able to produce a resource where all the lead vocals are taken by such extraordinary singers as Hannah and Hope, who you met before, and so usually what happens is that a bunch of those people go into a studio for a couple of days and come out with the Kiwileles resource at the end. Well, this year, because of the lockdowns, that couldn't happen. So we thought that Hannah, amazing songwriter, singer, and her sister Hope, also fabulous singer, that we'd get them to do the bulk of the lead vocals, but they didn't have any recording equipment. So we tried at one stage with them singing into a camera that had a reasonable sound quality, and in the end they sang into a phone, and sent those files over the internet, and they were kind of fed into this music that I created. And I'm not sure, actually, I must hear from Maria what the latest, but I think some of Talau Ukulele was recorded over the telephone, with Maria just recording the signal that was coming over over her phone line, which is pretty amazing. But that's what we had to deal with, and it's always great fun, and I think it's a beautiful. I think we're pretty proud of how it's all turned out this year.
Yeah, we certainly are. Thanks, Philip. Would you like to play a little bit of Give, and then a wee bit of Catching Feelings, which is the next one? So both of these two songs have Hannah Melo on lead vocals.
1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, would have never ever made it Yeah.
And now here's a bit of Catching Feelings.
1, 2, 3, 4. Caught up in a dream that I just thought was passing through, colored in with vivid memory.
Wonderful. Thanks, Philip. So for the last couple of songs, just before we go to the last two songs, Philip has done these wonderful pages in the songbook. There's this page 35 in the book, where he's done a summary of all of the chords in all of the songs. And then on the flip side of that page, we've got the strumming rhythms. And I've asked Philip if he wouldn't mind just giving us a very basic alternative to a lot of these strumming rhythms. Some of them look quite complicated. So just about every song has a slightly different rhythm that's recorded in the Kiwileles recording. So for our experts, for our legend Kiwileles, and your teachers, have a look at the rhythms that were strummed in the song. But really, if you look at Catching Feelings, you can just, as long as you keep in time with the beat. But see, what would you recommend, Philip, for just keeping it simple so people can strum along?
Yeah, well, you can see there's Catching Feelings is a 2-bar pattern there, and the first bar of the pattern is just on the beat. It's going 1, 2, 3, 4, and then the second bar is ba 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 ba. So I'll just sing the rhythm of the 2 bars. It goes ba 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 be ba ba ba. But there would be absolutely nothing wrong with just continuing going on the beat. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And if some of your Kiwileles learn the rhythm that's there, it'll sound absolutely fine if some of them are just continuing to go on the beat. Ba 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 ba. So yeah, I was just, presumably you can hear me. I'm just doing the beat the whole time, and I'll sing the rhythm that's written there. So it's a 1, 2, 3, 4 ba 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 ba. So they're quite complementary. You can't really go wrong if you stay in time on the beat.
Thank you. For those that haven't read these the notated rhythms before, the little staple shape is the down strum, and the little V shape is the up strum. So you'll see a staple on top of the note that is a down strum, and a V on top of the other one. Let's just go back to the ukulele chords, the page before. So the first few of that, yep. Oh, look at that lovely Dunedin ukulele jam. So the first songs, you can see they're all very simple chords, and some of the songs get a little bit harder as we progress through the book. So we know that you'll all be able to play at least those first 5 or 6 songs, and just give yourself a challenge. You don't have to learn all of the songs. When we perform them as in our mass Kiwileles, we don't expect everyone to be able to play all of the songs, because you have to have learnt ukulele for several years. But because some of you have been learning ukulele for several years, we need to add that challenge in there as well. So if you don't know all of the chords, you can always play the Z chord, and of course you can always sing, so just sing along. So Philip, when you arranged Paki Paki Mai, it has quite a bit of Z chord in it. Can you just demonstrate that Z chord for us again, so that people can use it in Paki Paki Mai, but you might like to use it in other songs as well? How do we play the Z chord?
So I'll just tilt this down. So effectively, you you just use the fingers of your left hand, and it kind of helps if you use more than one finger, and you put them across the strings, but you don't press hard enough so that you're creating notes. You're just dampening the strings. And then whatever rhythm you do with your right hand, it's just a percussive kind of chord. So if you put one finger, the more fingers you put, the more comprehensively you deaden the strings, and you're not getting any note. You're just getting sound. And then you can just make up fun rhythms with your strumming hand, and yeah, that's called the Z chord.
Cool. Thank you. Thanks, Philip. While you're finding Paki Paki Mai, so we can have a little bit of a listen to that one, I just want to acknowledge all of the people who have gifted us their music. So the family of the girls Atareta and Te Hakura, who recorded and have done their own video of Paki Paki Mai, they have given us a song for the Kiwileles, which we're just so grateful for. And Tutahi Stay too. There are so many artists that were involved, but I just want to give a huge shout out to to Loop Media, I should say, not Zoom because we're doing, to Loop Media for gifting us that song as well. So let's just have a wee listen to the beginning of Paki Paki Mai. Nearly there, guys. Thank you. And as we are saying goodbye, we're going to play, can you just play quietly in the background while we're talking, Philip, the Tutahi Stay?
We're gonna be alright.
To all of you in your bubbles and with your whānau, and as you're starting school in the coming week, we just want to give you all the very best and wish you well. Kia haumaru te noho, to stay safe wherever you are. And we're really excited to have you as part of this program. Remember, you can still sign up if you would like to with the Kiwileles. And we have a little evaluation we'd love you to fill in, please. It'll be in the link below this Facebook post on Friday the 15th, and also available on our blog, which is 2020. Oh, I better get this right, Philip. What's our blog? There it is. It is kiwileles2020.blogspot.com. And last year's jam is there. This jam will be there as well in just a few hours. And then you can see the little bit.ly link there, Kiwileles online feedback. We really need you to get back to us and fill that in, please, 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 so that we can report to our funders. And we want to know what you think, whether this is helpful, what you need, do you want more of these things? As we obviously we want to make this as useful as possible for you. And of course you can always email us. The lovely Christina, our administrator, is very quick to get back to people if you want to sign up for the website. She is the person to contact to do that as well. And Philip, we're really lucky to have the funding from MENZA to have some tutorials made, and Philip's helping with those. If you would like to request some help with a particular song, send us a request and we'll put it through to Philip, and we'll see if we can do a video especially about a particular song. So I will say goodbye. Ali, would you like to say last few words?
I will say goodbye as well, but first of all, I'm going to say thank you to you, Maria, for the hours and hours and hours of work that you put into this project. So, it's all worthwhile because we know that teachers and tamariki in our schools are going to have heaps of fun with this resource. So, enjoy it, everybody.
Thanks, Ali. And Philip?
Great to be part of another beautiful Kiwileles event, and looking forward to all the events across the across the year, and who knows what the big events at the end of the year will hold for us. Hopefully there will be some possibility that we can get together, but it's all beautiful.
We will.
Somehow
Somehow we will. That's our challenge. We really, really want for our wonderful kids to be able to get together and enjoy this music together. So that's the goal, even if we have to do it online. So.
Yep.
Thank you. Thanks, Philip. Thanks, Ali, so much for all of your help, the proofreading, all of those things. We look forward to seeing you in person, hopefully, my lovely Kiwileles and teachers. We'll see you in the future. Ka kite anō.
We're gonna be alright. We're gonna be alright. We're gonna be alright. We'll be together.